Each day I wake up at 3:30 a.m. because somewhere off in the Adriatic is where the CEO of our technology firm resides. And he prefers that everyone start the workday on his local time. I wonder what cross streets I'll have today. It wouldn't surprise me if the joggers came back and tried to break our registration portal again. Wouldn't that be fun? The first thing I do after I roll myself slowly out of 3:30 a.m.'s blissful nothingness is to check my email, because it's Monday and I'm looking to see if the scheduled call between my team lead and our regional account manager is ongoing. Ding! Looks like our remote stand-up is getting pushed to later in the day. Ooh, goody! If things were running on schedule, then our regional account manager would have signed off on the updated roadmap that our team lead submitted for approval at the end of last week. Today our team lead has CC'd the whole group on an email subject line, re-DFA, which is not an acronym I'm familiar with. But the body of the email contains a go-ahead for one of my core subtasks, which is good. It looks like the first cross streets are Stanyan and Rye streets. I reach down beneath the bench of the bus stop and grab my trusty decoy ox, whom I use for all my microservices infrastructure projects, especially cross streets. Strapping ox to my head using a black leather belt that smells strongly of urine, I stand up and stretch my wrists above my forehead. In my left hand, I compose and send a quick Slack message to my team lead, letting him know that all systems are go over here in San Francisco. It only takes me about 20 minutes to reach Stanyan and Rye, and by the time I get there, I'm a bit thirsty, but there's likely not adequate time for me to go grab a beverage from the nearby coffee shop. On the corner, I find my mark point, and that's where I hunker down into a crouch position and then wiggle my head back and forth until Ox's yellow duckbill is pointed due east. The edge of the sky is already pinking, and using the API of a nearby traffic light, I can begin running my first set of queries on today's updated sunlight. Connectivity is a little bit funky, so to prevent latency from interfering with my workflow, I first download all the new sun data locally. Ox's carved wooden duck wings tremble slightly from a passing breeze, and when I look up, I see we've got a much bigger problem than funky connectivity. A large, many-winged flare attack has started overloading traffic in the sky beneath one of our private clouds. Shoot, based on the conical shape of our flare attack, I know we're in for a real doozy. Quickly, I post a message in our Slack's InfoSec channel with a screenshot of the flare and the icon, whoa. From where I'm crouching at the corner of Stanyan and Rye, the attack is a murder of very juvenile crows. The scenario is far from optimal. I personally have almost zero experience dealing with conical crow flares, at least from a security standpoint. Who on our team knows how to fix this? Come on, think. Jumping up from my mark point at the cross streets corner, I scamper over to the nearest telephone pole and wrap my arms fully around weatherized splinter wood. Thud, thud, thud. After a couple of minutes butting Ox's duckbill against the telephone pole, I can see one of the cone crows beginning to dissipate. Is that adequate? Is the threat perhaps gone? No way. The second flare, when it hits, is enormous. There are so many crows that I wonder if they'll overwhelm our private clouds. InfoSec is pinging me with posts from the other devs on my team who are all freaking out. Then our team lead decides to chime in. Anton, you must disable Thornapple server manually. Go. Shoot, that server is in the Dolores co-location facility halfway across town. Don't get me wrong, most days being a remote employee is perfectly wonderful. But every so often, there are moments where I truly begin to question my sanity, my reality, whatever. Unfortunately, it's not entirely out of character for my team lead to lean on me like this during an emergency. He knows that I'll always say yes because it's easier for me to say yes than it is for me to feel guilty or anxious about not having done enough. But still, wouldn't it be nice if we could map out these security risks a bit better next time and have a plan in place beyond ask Anton to haul ass across the town and manually disable Thornapple? I lift both hands up and press Ox in a place above my forehead before breaking into a sprint down Stanyan, hollering at a few pedestrians to get out of my way, because we've got a crow-based flare attack in progress. When I finally reach the intersection, 17th and Dolores Street, I'm covered in sweat and my lower jaw aches. The Thornapple server is majestic as always in the morning mist, a few cobwebs clinging stubbornly between the crooked Y shapes of its crooked branches. My heart is racing, and I wonder if I'm not too late to stop the flare attack. Kneeling in the damp mud, I take out my flare avoidance stick, which I handily modified from a wooden chopstick from a local Chinese restaurant, and draw 3 isosceles triangles in the mud around the tip of one of Thornapple's protruding roots. I hold my breath. First, nothing happens, then a massive hush goes out through the misty air around me. Good. I press my ear against the bark of Thornapple and listen intently. Nothing. Perfect. Raising my eye to the distant sky, I see that the flare attack has broken. Murder by conical murder. The crows are scattering like a shredded eyelash. Some are alighting upon telephone poles, while others flap their way to the ground. Phew. Off behind our largest private cloud server, the rising sun has transformed the southeast quadrant of my operating system's powder blue interface into a brilliant pinkish gold. I post relief face in the InfoSec channel and get a boom for my team lead, which makes me feel nicer than I'd like to admit. I post a modest no prob with a smiling shrug. Ox is giving me a crick in my neck, so I unbuckle the pungent belt from my chin and remove my trusty duck decoy, placing him on the muddy ground beneath Thornapple's canopy. One by one, I erase the isosceles triangle from the mud around the server's roots, waiting until a hum of instances returns to mix with the crisp air of Dolores Park. What a morning to be a remote employee.